Hello, welcome back to the channel. So this will be a quick kind of astrological musings video on the full moon energy that we're experiencing right now in Capricorn. The moon's already in Capricorn. It won't make the exact full moon until tomorrow, but we can definitely feel this energy as the moon's already shifted into Capricorn. You could be noticing the weather's a bit more darker, chaotic. Capricorn does rule the color black in storms, and kind of storms to clear away, or there's many significations which we'll get into, but I definitely want to cover more of the full moon energy in Capricorn and how that relates to trining Mars and the South Node in Virgo. So we'll just dive on in, and hopefully, if I remember, we'll pull a Kali card at the end, since the South Node, or K2, is ruled by Kali. So I figured what better way than to tap into the Kali deck for a piece of collective message for this quick astrological musings update. Right now we have the Mars is in Virgo. So that's definitely urging us to kind of get clear and cleanse. Mars in Virgo is conjoining the South Node in Virgo as well. Mars rules severing or cutting things. It rules knives, war, warrior energies, conquering, questing, and beginning, the kind of hero's journey, right? So that could definitely be on the forefront of people's minds. But Mars is conjoining Mars is conjoining the South Node in Virgo, which is all about purification, cleansing, clearing, and getting kind of, it's also associated with the archetype of the nun, right? The kind of pure and virgin women and woman in general, and that concept of being very intellectually kind of sharp and witty as well. I believe Joan of Arc had prominent Virgo placements. I believe she has a Mars in Virgo at least. The South Node in general is an area of surrender, so it's an area which we're letting go of. And if we fight that kind of resistance, we could notice bad karma. So this is a time when kind of endings or culminations have to come, kind of allow us to release them during full moons, or ending points, or kind of understanding points, or level up points, because we've finished a cycle. South Node or K2 is also associated with stripping away illusions or delusions or deceptions as well. So there's a real sense of this kind of shedding, of purity, of severing, of the need to kind of cleanse and clear. You could be literally cleaning as well, getting things ready, tying up loose ends, or kind of understanding things as well. A lot of Virgos tend to work in healing as well. They tend to be nurses or medical practitioners because they need that kind of OCD kind of, it's ruled by Mercury, right? The mind and hands. So it's all about kind of purifying, cleansing, and healing. Virgo is also associated in a later part of the season when we are getting ready to kind of harvest and reap our rewards. We're getting ready to mature and kind of initiate levels of rebirth and death. Mercury also obviously rules the mind. And so when Mercury right now, which is in Leo, and is definitely being ruled by that sun in Cancer, we're definitely reflecting on our foundations, our emotional well-being, our self-care, the home, real estate, family, all these things, our emotional well-being, emotions in general could be a focus, and could be what we're actually thinking about and what we're cleansing and shedding and letting go of. These could be repetitive patterns from the past that don't serve us anymore, because Cancer rules memories and nostalgia. And this could be relating to our creative projects, which Leo rules, or our dating life, romance, children, anything we've created. So we could be coming to reflect on the past and what we've created thus far up to this point. Capricorn is a really grounding energy, so the moon in Capricorn, everybody's really getting down to earth and tangible about their thoughts, their emotions at this time. They could also be looking for tangible ways, like physical actions to take to prepare these new foundations, right? Because Saturn is now about to actually station retrograde on the weekend, I believe, in Aries. I think Neptune's already in retrograde. So we're already reconsidering a lot of these new beginnings that Neptune and Saturn have initiated as they entered Aries, and we'll be continuing to build on those. But right now we're in this kind of, wait a second, it's kind of giving like DJ when they kind of have to go like wooga wooga, like it's like you're kind of editing a remix or something, or you're kind of revising. This could be also a time of considering budgets, which Virgo and Capricorn are both money and money oriented, and what do we need to shed, and how do we need to rethink our approach. Full moons also signify endings, a release, or a final understanding. So there really could be tangible endings in our lives, or at least a feeling of them, and karmic kind of patterns that maybe we've been repeating. Capricorn rules or is associated with maturity needed to sow fruitful seeds, with responsibility and being responsible for our creations. It's about making the stoic choices needed to see the most fruitful harvest. It rules farmers and land. The Saturn in Aries ruling this Capricorn full moon is about the selfhood, and our personal responsibility to be the leader in our own lives and take control of that. So this could be a time when we're actually reconsidering on who has control over our lives and how we can regain control over that. There could be a big focus on authority figures at this time. and maybe a real analysis of them, or at least an analysis of how to be a better authority in our own lives. So even though this full moon means there's some kind of ending, it's kind of leading us towards new beginnings with Saturn and Aries. We're actually reconsidering what we truly want to structure in our lives for our own sovereignty or personal goals, which is what Aries rules for these new beginnings to be truly seeded. It's kind of like the farmer that must reconsider and protect the seeds that he's about to grow. Saturn loves patience, and it's all about building. So we could really be coming to understandings that allow us to build a new foundation in our lives, or consider what is the foundation that we actually want to build from what we've learned in the past. The sun is currently in Cancer, obviously making the opposition to this full moon, and it's working with Jupiter in Cancer, which is conjoining it to actually protect what's truly important to us. Venus will be moving into Cancer after later on in the month, which will actually give us more ability to attract what's important, beneficial, and protective in our lives. Cancer obviously rules family, real estate, the home, and taking care of our emotions so that we can manifest from a healthy place, a nurtured place. So it's definitely giving the vibes of what are the actions that we need to take right now to till the soil for those new beginnings. What do we have to get rid of? What do we have to weed out? A moon trine south node transit in astrology suggests a harmonious release of past patterns, emotional baggage. This transit can bring a sense of ease and familiarity, allowing for a gentle release of old habits and emotional blockages. So this is a supercharged time when we can, actually work on our shadow work and allow ourselves to transmute and transcend. It's a time to acknowledge and integrate past experiences, perhaps even drawing on past skills or strengths while simultaneously letting go of what no longer serves. And we could be seeing through the illusions associated with the men in our lives or associated with our own personal selfhood, because that's what Aries rules, and Mars is in Virgo. So this is about really thinking and analyzing what's been holding us back. It could be also a great time to release what is no longer needed, like limiting thought patterns or outdated beliefs. This could be also a great time to actually have connection with the other realms, which is what K2 or the South Node represents, seeing beyond illusions, beyond the veil, beyond the physical, to the truth, the root of the matter, where it stems from. Our entire reality is manifested from our minds, right? This could be a great time to work with spirits or guides, your guides, which we're all sent down here with. And it's a great time to see beyond conditioning or control tactics or fear-based approaches. This full moon is working with Mars and the South Node of Virgo, allowing us to reset or regain control after understanding what's actually been holding us back or keeping us in this kind of deception or ignorance or darkness. Capricorn energy can definitely allow us to see our goals tangibly and what's required to actually get there, what needs to be cleared or purified from our lives, and what needs to be let go of so we can have the authority we deserve and desire in order to actually spearhead these new beginnings or structures. This can also be a time when stubborn issues involving our job or health or routine or the way we give service to the world can be purified or cleaned up in a more mature way, reflecting on the lessons we've learned in the past. It's releasing fears and blockages and having room and clarity for the new growth. So I hope you enjoyed this little quick musings on the current vibrations and energy. All right, so now for the Kali portion of this reading, for the Kali card, for this collective energy for the full moon in Capricorn, trining the South Node in Virgo, as well as the Mars in Virgo. What do we have for this energy that can describe this energy? Sorry, Anahata Kali. All right, 33 is here. Alrighty, let's see. Beautiful, powerful mother of the sacred universal heart who lives within our hearts as the wisdom and healing power of love. Your heart knows how to heal, how to open, and how to break and repair itself to become stronger and wiser than before. Your heart cannot be contained or constrained by what has taken place. Your heart wisdom and empowerment are growing, and soon you will have the wisdom and courage to accomplish something very important on your soul journey. Trust in the invisible workings of divine love. Let your heart be at peace. Okay, the journey of the soul is the journey from the head to the heart. Anahata is Sanskrit name for the heart chakra. She is the goddess who secures the awakening, transformation, and liberation of the heart. Love is her expression. Interesting. When Kali Ma touches the heart, it becomes capable of love that is increasingly unconditional, fearless, and compassionate. Such empowerments often manifest through loss or betrayal. In responding to such challenges, we grow our heart's capacity for love, processing, and healing emotions of grief, betrayal, or anger. Our heart becomes stronger through the process. The human heart is capable of overcoming enormous negativity and is an astonishingly powerful and beautiful temple of the spirit. We can underestimate the extraordinary power of the heart by focusing on its sweetness, love, and light as though they were weaker than anger, fear, or the consuming intensity of grief. We can only begin to understand the spiritual worlds and how they operate when we let go of the human perspective. I mean, that makes sense, especially with K2 or the South Node so strong. And that's all about kind of connecting with our spirit team. A human believes that the heavier, denser something is, the more powerful it is. A heavy emotion like anger, physical situations that appear gridlocked, are given more weight than the intangible realms of spirit. Its spirit is behind everything, in all things. Being invisible does not impede its effectiveness. If anything, it enhances it. The shattering of structures, even ideals, gives the heart the opportunity to break free and open up to greater, more satisfying experience and expression of love. Becoming non-defensive, softening, and open to spirit and unconditional trust places you in a position of astonishing protection, empowerment, and grace. Open your heart to the Divine Mother. Through that openness, the right things emerge at the right time. I mean, Saturn rules time, right? The walls we build around our hearts need to be broken down so we can fulfill our sacred purpose and path. Trust the pains of your past do not have a place in your future. No matter what appears to be, she knows the way through. Temper fierce emotions without denying them. Keep bringing yourself back to center. Continue to find the moderate and peaceful resting place within, even as you make radical progress as you're on your path. This is a successful completion to a time of spiritual initiation. Grace yourself the gift of relief and trust all is well. So just living that present moment tangibly, right? Beautiful. And this could be regarding like maybe something you're creating or calling into form. You could be protecting it or kind of doing so in like the seed of your mind or the womb of your mind kind of energy. Really strong. Something about Cancer energy is really strong here as well. So yeah, definitely with that Mercury and Leo ruling that Mars and Virgo. So very interesting ponderings. I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. Wow, that's amazing. I just looked up and it said 333 as I'm finishing this portion of the card reading because I forgot to do it or include it originally. Anyways, thanks for being here. Take care.